eBridge's custom capabilities are really quite extensive, and there are really two parts to it. One is the kinds of data that we can receive, and then the other one is what we can do with that data. So the first one is, as long as there's structure to the data, whether it be XML data or flat file data or comma separated or EDI, whatever the data is, as long as there's structure to it, we can take that and interpret it and put it into something that's more usable. And then the second part to that is taking that data and putting it into the accounting system. And this is really automating some paper process. And whether that, if the client has gone and implemented some kind of custom pricing process or some different kind of credit checking, for us to automate that kind of check is really quite straightforward as long as we know what it is. So again, you have to ask very specific questions about those kinds of processes so that we can understand it and implement it. And so you're now talking about any kind of data that comes in with structure, and doing any kind of thing within the accounting system really leads to quite a myriad of options. ePortal is eBridge's software as a service offering, allowing our customers to connect to their partners. And whether that partner is an EDI trading partner or whether it be an eCommerce web store or some other e-commerce application, the portal is really a connection tool to allow them to connect to those different entities. And so the future of the portal for this year obviously includes things like uptime and process efficiency and throughput, those kinds of standard things, as well as what we're going to be doing is offering our clients the ability to have some self-service capability. And so that means an existing user who has a bunch of relationships already on ePortal can come and add another relationship, configure that relationship for themselves, and start communicating with that customer without any involvement from us. And the other part to it is we're going to allow new customers to come and sign up. So a new customer can come and sign up and add themselves as a new user, create new connections, and start communicating with their trading partners without any involvement from us. It leads to users that are technically capable, interested in doing it themselves, people who like to get their hands dirty, as well as someone who's cost sensitive to come and configure it for themselves and add to their business relationships without involving a professional services person, and which is going to allow them to get up and running and keep their costs down. The software as a service is really, it means that we're going to host a lot of the functionality for them, which means less software on their site, as well as less processing and less responsibility. So we're going to take on a lot of the load of interacting with an e-commerce application or an EDI trading partner and take that responsibility away from the customer so they don't need to worry about it. Out of software as a service, they get less responsibility, and they also get a different cost model. So because it's software as a service, they're going to pay for it on an ongoing basis as opposed to a one-time upfront fee. So certainly the initial cost of getting on board is much reduced.